Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen in every part of the world, Africa in particular. I would like to welcome you on this summit of the people, with the youth. I am your host, Comforty Nceke Nkosi Mpofu, from the soil of Africa, Bulawayo in Zimbabwe. So today we've gathered different youths from different walks of life from Zimbabwe who will be talking with us as we share our experiences and what we have gone through in life as youths and what we expect going forward as youths in order to achieve our African dream. So I'm not hosting alone. I'll be with Comrade Darlington Matola. He will be co-hosting with me. I'm realizing that he has left the space. I suppose it's due to network issues. So we're going to be having our first speaker, Comrade Linus. How are you, my brother?
Okay, so let me try to do it myself. So I'll just play Helen Kaunda boarding house, right?
Matola, I was just introducing you that we'll be co-hosting together. You can greet the people before we proceed.
Greetings, comrades. Thank you very much for having me here. I am honored to be one of the hosts of this great summit. Yes, I'm Daniel Robert Matola. I'm a media practitioner and a student and the current National Secretary General for the Student Leadership Movement of Zimbabwe. It's good to have you, comrades, as we are going to discuss to have a brief preamble and almost a helicopter analysis on what it means, what 16 June means to us, what we are going to unpick on defending democracy, advancing constitutionalism, and indeed building a justice future for a young Zimbabwe. Thank you, Comrade Comfort.
Welcome, my brother. I'm realizing that Comrade Linus is still going in and out, and Yvette Ngoma has just joined us. She's one of the most fierce ladies that we have in our spaces, student spaces to be particular. She has fought, especially in Bulawayo, since she's learning this side. So I think we'll give Miss Yvette the first chance to speak as we are commemorating the Day of the African Child. How are you, Yvette? You can take us through.
Yeah, I'm sure that there are a lot of network issues there.
Yeah, we are having network issues. But, Comrade Darlington, what do you
Yes.
understand about the 16th of June? What's really happening on the 16th of June? You know, many people, they tend to ask themselves, 16 June.
Yes, it's always we are being told by history that in on 16 June 1976, the students of Soweto had to take it to the streets where their mandate was to decolonize the education system that was created by the white regime, the apartheid regime that was in South Africa. Then from there, it's signaled a moment where an uprising in South Africa is started. Then us as youth in Zimbabwe, youth of Africa today, we should not just remember what actually transpired on 15 June, but we should either try by all means to create another maybe massive form of resistance, to create and to do something that is worth commenting on, like what these other comrades, the asking of this world, the Hector Pearson did in 1976. So that's what I understand. Greetings, Miss Mivod. I see you are now back on stage.
Yes, I'm back. Just that network cambo teaser for a second. Thank you so much. So we now having either Yvette or Linus, anyone who is their network stable now can just take us through and share with the youths what you have to say in accordance to the day that we are commemorating today. You can unmute your mic, Yvette. Can you hear me, guys?
Comrades,
Am I
can you hear me
audible?
also?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Greetings, comrades. How are you?
Very well. How are you, my brother?
I'm fine. It's just that I'm facing a lot of repetitive words. Are you hearing me clearly?
Yes,
Yes,
we
yes,
can
yes, we
hear
can hear
you.
you.
Okay. Thank you very much, comrades, for gathering at this virtual space, a virtual public sphere for the young people, where we can gather, share ideas, discuss issues, map the way forward, and most importantly, proffer the necessary intellectual solutions to those problems. I think that forms the core ideas or the core prerequisites of this virtual gathering.
Thank you so much, Comrade Linus. It's nice to have you on this platform. So as you know, we are discussing about we with the people, with the youth. We want to discuss on how we can actually defend democracy and advance constitutionalism. Um, while also going to build a just future for a young Zimbabwean. So, what's your take on 16 June, Comrade Linus?
To me, 16 June is a momentous day for the young people in Africa. It is a day which reminds us of our generational mandate as a young people, that our mandate is to organize ourselves and resist oppression in whatsoever form. So, when we remember this day, especially during these critical moments as Zimbabweans, the moments of the the moment of which the government would be needing to obliterate and mutilate the constitution, which was co-founded by the wishes and the wills of the people. It becomes a critical moment for us as Zimbabweans, that these moments are not just moments to stay and watch while Rome is burning. We can't be fiddling while the city is burning, the nation is burning, the wishes of the people are burning. So it reminds us of our duty as the young people, that the young people in South Africa organized themselves to resist the apartheid regime. It is out of that very particular consciousness, we should organize ourselves to resist Cap 3, to protect the rights of the people, to protect the wishes and the wills of the people of Zimbabwe, as the conscious young people of our generation. So what we are reminded first is to organize to resist.
Okay. Thank you very much, Comrade Linus. I now want to bring in Comrade Kelvin Muvei within the discussion so that he can maybe take us through what really transpired, and maybe we can now, as young people of Zimbabwe, find a way, where we can find ourselves in the current situation. I think Comrade Los Mnogwe mentioned something like of about Cape 3, which resonates with our theme where we are talking about defending democracy and advancing constitutionalism. So, Comrade Kelvin Move, you can take us through. I see. Comrade
I
Move
think Comrade
is very.
Mfe is facing network challenges.
Comrade Kelvin, can you unmute your mic?
Yes, now I can hear you. I was maybe facing network challenges, but let me dive straight into the business of the day. I don't know if I'm audible. Can someone confirm if I'm audible?
Yes, you're audible, Comrade.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, thank you very much. As you know that today is 16 June. It's 50 years ago in Soweto. Students stood up against an unjust system and paid the price with their lives. They refused to be taught in a language meant to limit their future, and they refused to be silent. Then, 50 years later, we are here, young Zimbabweans.
Yeah, there are a lot of network challenges that side. Commander Comfort, are you alive? Ah, sorry, comrades, for network challenges.
Yes,
Yeah, I
who
think
was
I think
speaking?
there are a lot of network challenges.
Yeah, I'm also realizing that you are facing my network challenges because
Hello,
from my side it also cuts.
hello, guys.
Yes, we
Yes,
can
we can
hear
hear
you,
you,
comrade.
Comrade Kelvin.
Okay, I think my network is the problem.
Comrade
So
Kelvin has left the chat.
yeah, I'm back. I'm back again.
Yes,
Hello,
we
can
can
I?
continue, comrade Kelvin.
Okay, so I was saying that 50 years later now, we are here in Zimbabwe, and young Zimbabweans are standing up for the same things: freedom, justice, and a constitution that actually means something. Um, I stand here not just to remember the Soweto uprising, but to say that the struggle didn't end in 1976. It actually evolved, and right now it's happening in our parliament. It is actually happening in our courts, and it is happening in our streets. So today we are here to commemorate the spirit of the Soweto uprising, to remember that
Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much, Comrade Kelvin, for reminding us. I'll come back to you very soon. Now we have Commander Yvette Ngoma in the studio.
Can you
Comrade
hear me?
Yvette,
Can you hear me?
yes,
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 we
we can
can
hear
hear
you,
you,
Comrade.
Comrade Kelvin.
The system is actually putting me out, so I don't know what is happening.
Yeah, we're also facing challenges this side.
Okay, so I was saying that when young people write, actually, they make history. We are here to defend the constitutional governance against the constitutional amendment bill number 3, a bill that threatens the checks and balances that keep power accountable. And we are here to honor the comrades who were recently released from Harare remand prison. We know we have young activists, student leaders who were detained simply
Okay, coming back to you while we are waiting for other comrades to come back. Comrade Linos, we were talking about how the young people can usher in and find a way to come back and to claim what is theirs, because we understand that the same young people from Soweto were fighting for a better education system. We're fighting to do in order to decolonize the system that they had. And also, us as young people of Zimbabwe, we are also now suffering the same oppression from this same system of black. So there was just a change of skin color. Our black brothers are commanded by that Emerson Nangagwa, yeah, are now oppressing us. And recently they have proposed a bill where they seek to extend their term of office without coming to the people. So what's your take, and what role can the young people of today, young person of today, a young man from Guruve, a young guy from Harare, and a girl in Lotito can play in order to defend our democracy and advance constitutionalism as per our team, Comrade Linus?
Okay, thank you very much for such a wonderful question. The most important thing is for us as the young people to appreciate that if we don't fight, democracy will only exist on a piece on the pieces of paper which we consume during our free time, and we'll only realize what democracy is maybe in our graveyards. That is if we don't fight. So this day reminds me of our comrades who were arrested by the regime in Harare for gathering to commemorate this very same day. They were arrested because they were recognizing the efforts which were put by the comrades in South Africa in 1976. But the result was an incarceration of those comrades, and they had to spend a lot of days in 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 a house of terror just for commemorating the day. So a young
Okay.
person in Zimbabwe should understand that there's no
Okay,
democracy in Zimbabwe. And we should also understand that we will never have that freedom given to us voluntarily on a silver platter by the oppressor.
Mhm.
So we have to demand for that freedom. So how are we going to demand for that freedom? We are seeing that the regime is actually perpetuating the oppression of our people in this country. They want to perpetuate their duration of oppressing the people in Zimbabwe. So what is our duty
Okay,
now? Our duty now as the young people is to understand that the future which is being ruined is our future, and also what we have to understand and appreciate that is this vicious regime will never reform itself until or unless necessary pressure is exerted to them. So
okay,
we need to usher in pressure. We can create alternative places of meeting, alternative places of having discussions, but eventually we will need to gather at the ground and express our strong dissatisfaction with what they are doing, because these guys will never take us serious as long as we are still meeting on these virtual places and discuss issues and act none. So what we are supposed to do, we should understand that these virtual spaces are spaces for mapping the way forward and organizing, because they are safer places of organizing. But we should understand also that the constitution of this country gives us a right to gather and demonstrate and petition as the young people of Zimbabwe under Section 59.
thank you so much, Comrade Linus. We are now understanding what role should we play as the young people of Zimbabwe, given these circumstances, and also reflecting and learning from what these comrades, Hector Pearson, and other comrades who died during the Soweto uprising did. So this now, I now want to bring Comrade King Joy Sibanda, Chief King. You can now come in, telling us and also just your understanding on this day, the 16 June, the day for an African child, because we believe that as Africans we have not reached that level where democracies are actually consolidated, where we can now uh, celebrate democracy as the order of the day, as something which is now common in almost all African countries, and particularly in our own context, our own Zimbabwean context. We have a lot of things we suffer, and our topic really is about defending democracy. So, what you understand on this day or 16 June Day of an African Child regarding the issue of defending democracy, where we want to achieve a democratically consolidated nation. Comrade King George.
Thank you very much. Am I audible enough?
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you very much. My name is King Joy from Bulawayo. I'll be very brief to my presentation. What I would just say is just a question to young people in Zimbabwe. What will the spirit of Soweto about Zimbabwe? Zimbabwe today. The spirit which rose on the day when it sees young people doing what we are doing, while the government of Zimbabwe is gallivanting and stealing our future. What am I saying about stealing our future? The good example which is put it in front of us, which is injustice to everyone, which is injustice to the entire Zimbabwean. Either is you are in Zimbabwe or you're outside Zimbabwe. At this juncture, there is this bill which is in the corridor of our future. As we speak right now, this bill is not attacking anything currently, but it's affecting the future. Who is the future of Zimbabwe? The future of Zimbabwe is us, the young people. So I feel like this day, the 16th of June, it has to awake something within us as young people in Zimbabwe to see what's the future is like. Because if you check on this, on 50 years ago, in 1976, young people stood up. 15-year-old young people stood up without. They didn't have any rifle. They didn't have anything to fight the oppressing system, to fight the education system, which was forcing them to learn Afrikaans. They stood up carrying their textbook. They left their classes knowing that even if I'm not going to benefit from the system, from the current system, but I'm standing up today to make sure that the future is going to be bright. As we stand right now, today we are commemorating what they did. Today we are celebrating the spirit of Soweto, meaning to say what they stood up for in 1976, it was successful. So what am I trying to say? As young people in Zimbabwe, we have been seeing injustice in Zimbabwe. We have been subjected to different forms of injustice. As we speak right now, some of our comrades, they are coming from prison. Some of our comrades, they are still in prison. So injustice, different types of injustice. So what am I saying? As we speak right now, there is this bill in front of us. As young people, if they have the enthusiasm which I have as a young person in Bulawayo, we were going to use this bill as an entry. Enough.
Yeah, you are audible.
Hello.
Yes, comrade, you are still there. Yeah, you can hear you.
Am I audible enough?
Yes, you are.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So I was saying, we are facing different types of injustice in our country. So as young people, thank you. So as young people, we have to come together. We are not supposed to be divided by any political party. We are not supposed to be divided with our backgrounds. We are not supposed to be divided with whatever form which is dividing us now. We're supposed to come together because the future which is on stake is for us young people. We can't be the laws of our country can't be written or can't be translated, or they can't be changed by someone who is supposed to be, who is at his retirement age, whose law is he writing for. This automatically means they are writing the future for us. They are saying in the future, the president is supposed to be voted by the parliament. In the future, the president is parliament, council, and the president, they are supposed to have a 7-year term limit. So to me today, June 16, it's in Zimbabwe. It's about this bedeviling bill which is in front of us, which we young people are supposed to take it as an entry point and challenge the system, because this bill is suffocating everyone. Either you are in politics or not in politics, either you are schooling or not schooling, your future is at stake. So I encourage everyone, I encourage every young person to stand up and smell the coffee. In conclusion, I can say the bill is in parliament right now as we speak. So I call upon every young person in every corridor where you walk, in every street in where you walk, we have to call for a referendum. As young people, we have to leave a mark. Let's say we leave a mark as young people by calling for a referendum for this bill, so that the voice of young people will be heard by the legislature and the executive of this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Comrade King Joy. Before you leave, in your parting shots, you said something on forcing this regime to go to a referendum. Yes, it's a necessity, and we can take it this way. Those comrades in Soweto, when they I realized that the situation is now above 60 degrees Celsius, if they to give that scientifically, they take it, they went out and take it to the streets. So as the young people, we don't have the guns. We are not organized enough, as a lot of people can say. We only meet online. What action can we really take, and which is possibly maybe the way forward? Because we know that what happened in August 2018. A lot of people took it to the streets, and a lot of people were killed. So we need to try to organize that way. In Google, what you go something about fear, where he said fear brought me to the land. Isn't it fear that is stopping young people of today to organize? Possibly, it's
Thank you very much, my brother. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, okay. You can unmute your mic and say something.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I we can hear you. Comrade King Joy. Yeah, I'm sure he is facing network challenges. I saw we have Commander Vital in the studio. So thank you very much for coming through, Comrade Vital. We are discussing on how can we defend democracy, we advance professionalism, and possibly build a just future for a young Zimbabwean. Actually, referring and referencing from the 16th June, where we are celebrating and remembering the Day of the African Child, which actually started in Soweto in 1936, where the students had to take it to the streets. And remember, we are old enough to be to be compared to these late heroes, because those comrades were just 15, 16, 14, and 12 years. And actually, a lot of people in here are about 20. And we have lessons we have to take from that. So what we understanding, Comrade Vital, on this day, and also
Yes,
what's your take on
I'm back.
defending the Commander Vital? You can unmute.
Commander Matula, can I send my parting words?
Yeah, you can come through while we are waiting for Commander Vital to join.
Good afternoon,
I
comrade.
heard your last question properly. So what are we supposed to do? What we're supposed to do,
Yes.
this is a good starting point, my brother. This is a good starting point to have a continuous meeting like these ones. It automatically brings us together from different walks of life, from different provinces, from different constituencies. It brings us, it automatically, this kind of thing, it automatically organizes us. It automatically brings us together. So shunning away from a scenario whereby we put our lives at stake, first taking to the streets, it's like subjecting ourselves to brutalized by the regime. I support such systems like meeting
Thank you very much, Comrade King Joy. He actually talked about organizing ourselves, and I actually I feel like the young people still here for the chance to possibly make change in our country. Coming back to you, Commander Vital. I'm sure you're now you're now in a stable environment where we can now hear you clearly. I was saying, basing on this these lessons we took from the Soweto uprising, and also in a pursuit for a better Zimbabwe, we want to defend the democracy, advance constitutionalism, and possibly build a just future for young Zimbabwe. You can unmute Commander Vital.
Thank you, Comrade Matola, for this opportunity. Am I audible before I proceed, Comrade?
Yes, you're audible.
All right, thank you so much. So today, on the 16th of June, I'm sure we are marking exactly 50 years since the brave school children of Soweto marched against an oppressive system of Soweto. And when Tsitsi Mashinini and Hector Peterson took to the streets in 1976, we must understand that these comrades were not just fighting a language police, but they were fighting a system that wanted to decide their future without their consent. That's like the current CAP 3 that is seeking to decide our future as the youth without our consent as the youth. So us as the youth of Zimbabwe, I believe that our battleground is not the street of the Soweto, and our enemy is not the Bantu Education Act. But today our battleground is the defense of our constitution. It is the defense of our democracy. And our immediate challenge is to fight against this evil constitutional amendment bill number 3, which is being forced into our lives by the regime of Emerson in Harare. So I believe that our role as the youth, in order to deal with this nonsensical cap 3, we must organize as the youth. It is our role, it is our duty as the youth of Zimbabwe to make this bill unpopular among our other peers, among the youths across the political divide. Because I believe that the first step that us as revolutionaries must do to make sure that this bill becomes unpopular is information dissemination. We must try hard as the youths to make sure that the youths in Dotito, the youths in Mrambinda, the youths in Bowera have access to information of what is currently happening in our country so that they can be conscientized and can actually fight from an informed point. That what exactly are we seeking to do? We're seeking to dismantle a regime that has gone wrong, a regime that is on the verge of stealing our future. So the other thing that we can do to fight this regime, I believe that we must recruit. We can work with one person, recruit 10 people. If we run that way, I believe that in the long run, we can actually have many people who will join our struggle and eventually triumph over this cap 3 nonsensical. Thank you, comrade.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Commander Vital. That was great. That was great. Actually, you have touched a lot of things. The most important thing is we should be serious as the young people. Coming back to you, Comrade Linus. Are we doing enough as the youth of this country in terms of defending the constitution, in terms of advancing constitutionalism, and in terms of creating of building a just future for us as the youth? Because we can keep on postponing our future, postponing our mandate. Are we doing enough, Comrade Linus?
Thank you very much, comrades. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, you can hear.
Okay. On the issue of doing enough, we can only reach a conclusion that we are doing enough after we have acquired the desired results. As long as democracy is still a pie in the sky in this country, as the youth, we should feel challenged to continue fighting. So when Samora Machel was saying the struggle continues against the hunger, oppression, suppression, repression, and against tribalism, he meant that even though they had managed to get independence in Mozambique, the struggle against hunger, repression and oppression was supposed to continue. So that is what we should adopt and inherit. That is what we should learn from him. Because this struggle, my brother, should not just end because maybe we have managed to stop constitutional amendment bill number 3, but oppression and the repression is still in the country. We cannot say we have accomplished our mission as the conscious youth of our generation. We need to make sure that there is democracy in this country. We should make sure that the people of this country are now being heard. The voices of the people is now being heard. We should be able to deal with the economic inequalities. We should deal with the Zviganandas of this country. We should make sure that the gap between the political elites and the suffering masses of our people is bled. So as long as there is still a steep gap between the rich and the poor, we should not applaud ourselves for doing enough. So our struggle should not be limited to only stopping the constitutional amendment bill number 3. Because let's just assume that the regime one day just woke up and succumbed to our pressure and say, no, comrades, we are no longer extending term limits. We are no longer doing this. Then can we say that we have accomplished our struggle and we have fulfilled our mandate as a generation? The answer to me is no, because we would have not addressed the core problems which the people are suffering in this country. Because Chiesa in Dotito still needs to go to school. Our people in Zimbabwe still needs clean water. They still need safe healthcare system. They still don't have cancer machines. The infant mortality rate is still high. The maternal mortality rate is still high. So we cannot say that we have accomplished our struggle as long as we still face those challenges. So our struggle, I think it will end, or it will be accomplished when we have made sure that we have an economy which functions for everyone in this country. Our struggle will be completed when we realize that no one loot public funds in the name of entrepreneurship. Our struggle will end when we realize that people can now access free education in this country. Our struggle will end when we realize that our mothers can go to the hospital and deliver babies without any challenges. So we are not doing enough as the young people. We are not organized enough. We are focusing on small things while we have a broader struggle which we are supposed to be fighting. So let us expand our struggle, not only to confine our struggle on the constitutional amendment number 3. Of course, it is one of the pillars of extending and perpetuation of dictatorship, but dictatorship already was already in this country existing and prevailing, which we are supposed to fight. So let us fight the core contents of dictatorship in this country, the core ingredients of dictatorship in this country. We need to have a country where the executive, the judiciary, the legislature are separated. We need to deal with the executive tyranny. But how can we do that as the young people? We need to make sure that elections in this country means something. We also need to make, but I believe personally as an individual, I believe that these people who are running this country have no modicum of shame and have no modicum of sincerity, and they will never voluntarily give us these freedoms. So what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to demand these freedoms from them. Let us be clear that these comrades or this comrade who reside in number 1 Chancellor Avenue, Borode Road, Harare, should be removed from power. And after he's removed from power, we should remove him as an individual, and the whole system should be taken out of power. How can we do that? Let us make sure that we organize the base. We as the organized base which knows what needs to be done and what shall be done. Let us organize ourselves. Let us organize ourselves and build a formidable force of resistance which can topple out the whole system out of power and flush out the rogue elements within the system. Let us flush out the chaff which is within the governing structure of this country. And after completing that, that is when where we have the opportunity of setting up a structure which is pro-poor people. So we the people should come together. We the young people, should come together and make sure that we demand our freedoms and execute a governance which is backed by the people. That is what I think.
Thank you very much, Comrade Linus. You have talked much on how what should be done by the youth, and you actually reflected on our role we should play For now, comrades, we are going to be adjourned, and we are going to come back very soon. We are waiting for other comrades. We are going to sum up our discussion for today. Enjoy your day, comrades. We'll come back very soon.